Hey everyone, this is Gia here with you for another ArtistMap video series here on the 6 a.m. YouTube channel. Today's topic, I'd like to talk about how to conquer the fear of failure, rejection, and judgment. Fear is a very, very real thing. Fear is what keeps us away from reaching our goals. It's what stops us from what we want in our head and heart to actually take the actions to go after those goals, right? We all want to do things, we know it in our head, we know it in our heart. But sometimes taking that action, taking that first step, it's very hard. And I think, part of the reason why is because we're all scared. There's a sense of fear in all of us in, embarking into something new and going into uncharted territory. But what is it, that we're really fearful of, right? There are external fears such as being afraid of heights, afraid of snakes, afraid of the waters, afraid of spiders. And they are generally conditioned in our minds, either from childhood trauma or some sort of innate fear that was developed early on in our lives, right? And then there are what I like to consider internal fears, right? Internal fears, which is actually what we're going to be discussing about today. Now, what are internal fears? Internal fears come from worry, come from stress, anxiety, but I think in terms of a creative and from an artist perspective, there are essentially three forms of internal fears. And they are fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of judgment. Now, the good news and bad news about this is, and I'll share with you, I guess, the bad news. The bad news is there's just no way of ever escaping the fact that you will fail, you will get rejected, and you will be judged no matter if you do or don't do. Now, if you don't do, you have already failed. If you don't do, you already rejected your own goals and ambition. If you don't do, everyone you know, at least the people closest to you that know about your goals and ambition, they will still judge you. They'll judge by the fact that you don't have the guts to go after your goals and to go after the things that you said you were going to do. So look, it is a zero-sum game. But here's the good news. Now that you know there's no escaping it no matter what, you almost don't have an option unless you quit now, right? Failing, being rejected, and being judged sucks. It hurts and it can really harm your energy. It can really ruin your mental vibe. But let me tell you this, through that pain, through that struggle comes mental growth and mental resiliency. The failures, rejections, and judgments are what's making you stronger day by day, believe it or not. The more you get used to it, the more numb you become. And that numbness is actually your mindset getting stronger, right? It's that I don't give a fuck attitude, right? That attitude, that IDGAF attitude, develops faster the more you put yourself in a position to fail, to be rejected, and to be judged, right? So how do we actually conquer them? It's to actually go towards it, okay? Listen, the artists who falter to these internal fears are usually the ones who never go far in their journey, or don't see it all the way through, right? They just get stuck, they're scared, and they essentially hinder their own growth. Then there are the artists who will keep running towards that fear, keep running towards the failure, the fear of being judged. And you know what? Those are the artists that eventually breaks through. They just do. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but I'm going to leave you with this, okay? Regret is scarier than any failure, rejection, and judgment out there. We all don't like to think of ourselves being, 70 or 80 years old. But honestly, that's where we're all heading, right? We're either gonna grow or we die, right? And it's the natural process of life. We grow, we go through this shit, and then we die, death, right? And to me, nothing is scarier than waking up one day and realizing that my time has passed and that I didn't go after the things that I want simply because I was scared, right? Fuck that. Hell no. One day, all of our time will pass. The moment truly is now. If you're watching this, care if it's today, in 2021 or 2022, 2023, you can always start now. It's today, it's right now, okay? Get past that emotional and mental block. Find it within you to fight through that feeling. I'm serious. Go deep within and ask yourself, why are you scared? What are you really, really, really scared of, right? Who are you fearful of? Whose judgment are you fearful of? Who are you being Who are you scared of being rejected of, and what are you scared of failing? Really ask yourself about that, because this whole process of dealing with your fear and going through it, this is supposed to be uncomfortable for you. This is the feeling, this fear, this like, I don't want to do it. I know I have to do it, but I don't want to do it. That is the feeling you want to feel. That is what is going to help you break through, right? That feeling is what you need to break through from. It's not what you need to run away from, right? But that's what most of us do. We get that sense of feeling and we go, fuck that, we're running away. I'm telling you, run towards it. Find the strength to run towards it, okay? And maybe start with small fears, small things that you're afraid of. Just start running towards it. And eventually, you'll be numbing yourself, creating that mental strength, that mental resiliency for you to, I guess, not give a fuck about anything and what anybody else thinks. All right, honestly, I'll share with you a personal story. Making this video series and launching this whole ArtistMap playlist was scary for me. I've been actually wanting to do this for 3 years. Yeah, since like the late 2018, early 2019, or should I say 2.5 years, I've been wanting to do this as part of this whole ArtistMap thing that I wanted to launch, but I was scared. And I made up all these excuses of why I don't have the time or why, I don't need to create a video. Being on camera and talking to strangers, it's really, really scary for me as someone that actually had a stuttering problem growing up. As some of you can see, sometimes I hesitate a little bit on my speech. I catch my own breath, and that's because I'm not very good at this. But I am running towards it. I am turning on the camera and I don't give a fuck. Right? I'm not here to just telling you to run towards your fear. I'm literally showing you. This is the most, I guess, evident way of me actually showing you how I'm running towards my fear, is running towards this camera, looking straight into it and not caring, and really just doing it for myself. Okay? So I hope today's video topic was helpful to you. I come into this with a lot of energy, with a lot of feelings and vibes into it, and I really hope that you're finding these topics useful, and more importantly, that you're applying it into your own journey. All right, be sure to subscribe to the 6 a.m. channel and follow this ArtistMap playlist. All right, and if you haven't had a chance to enroll into phase 1 or phase 2, be sure to check it out. All the links are below on ArtistMap, on 6 a.m. and myself. My channel is always open. You can DM me, you can leave a comment. Happy to engage with you here, and happy to help explore more topics that will help you in your artist journey. All right, that's all I got for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.